I'm with Paul Northup, Creative Director at Greenbelt.
Hi.
It's raining at the moment, but we've had some really nice weather over the weekend. How's it going so far?
Yeah, we're really pleased. I think it's year 2 here at the new site, and we've learnt a lot of lessons. We're settling in better, we're managing the site better, and I think people are having a really good experience this year.
But I was interested how you use technology sort of through the year as well as on site to help you communicate with festival goers and how that impacts at Greenbelt.
We have a website, we have a Facebook events page, we use a closed group page to communicate with our angels, who are long-term financial supporters of the festival, and we use an awful lot of email. We use Twitter and Instagram. How well we use them is a different question, but we use all those pretty established social media channels now.
And this year you've moved to some sort of e-ticketing system. Is that a move away from paper?
Absolutely. It's partly logistical, it's partly environmental. It's actually much easier for us if we can get the technology right to just do wristband exchange on site rather than have to post out thousands and thousands of wristbands. And yeah, it does. If we can get the barcode readers that bit better next year, then and people can bring their barcodes on their phones or tablets or something like that, then yeah, we can do away with the paper altogether, which would be our long-term aim.
And coming to a new site, as we've been talking about, it's the second year here at Boughton House. How's that going? It's obviously some challenges with the location.
Yeah, there's challenges. It's the same when you move house. It takes you a while to work out what you're going to put where. And I think that last year, having been at Cheltenham for 15 long years, people have grown very used to being in a certain place. So it's a little bit of a shock to the system. And also the weather didn't help us a great deal last year. This year we've learned a lot of lessons. We've changed a lot of things. We've altered the way we've laid things out, from the get-in right the way through to the way we've planned the festival village. And I think by and large those changes are making a big difference. But next year again we'll make more changes in order to improve the experience. But it always takes time when you're settling into a new site to really use it to its maximum.
And it's a sort of longer term relationship about Boughton. So you're talking about next year already. It sounds like this is going to be an ongoing location for Greenbelt.
Yeah, very much so. It's such an effort, such an investment to move, that you really have to pour yourself into it, take time, work in partnership with the estate, and see how good you can get it here. So that's going to take 3, 4, 5 years at least. So we're committed here for at least the medium term.
And that move from Cheltenham to Boughton, did you saw a drop in numbers? Do you think is that coming from families or younger people? What's the demographics looking like at the moment?
Yeah, I think we're no doubt, we're not kidding ourselves that the demographic that has dropped off the fastest for us, but not just last year when we moved, that's a pattern that had been in for 4 or 5 years, is the youth demographic. That's partly to do with the fact that we've become a very family-friendly festival, which I'm very proud of. Sometimes a family-friendly space isn't a youth-friendly space. So I think the challenge for us here, more space, more creativity, more nooks and crannies for us to explore and program into. The challenge is, how can we bring new constituencies, particularly younger people, back to the festival to experience the festival alongside the families. So that's our challenge, and definitely we've got a new chair coming in this autumn, and that's definitely his vision, is how can we grow that young and young adult audience.
So to me that ring bells around sort of arts and technology, some stuff that you very kindly get me here, playing a bit of joust and things like that at the festival. Is Greenbelt a place where you think we can see the sort of the digital side of the arts expression coming to the fore?
Yeah, I think it should be. I mean, because that is an integral part of people's lived experience, and Greenbelt is about programming in a way that is about challenging people's sense of who they are, and digital is a part of who we are now, so we need to do more in that direction. The challenge here in a greenfield site with really bad network coverage is to think about technology that we can do in the field that doesn't necessarily need to be connected to the cloud, although this year, all that is coming on in leaps and bounds year on year. There's definitely more that we can do. Some of it is about resources as well, and at the moment we're cutting our cloth to create a sustainable festival for the future. But I would very much like to see programming that was more media focused, that had more digital content in it, absolutely.
You talked about an incoming chair. So in terms of the team that's behind Greenbelt, the people that aren't seen, what sort of size is that team?
We have a staff team of 6 of us. Not all of us are full-time, so full-time equivalents, you're talking about 4.5, I would guess. And then we have a trustee board who hold us to account and give us the steer. But we've radically cut the size of that staff team because we've had to take a lot of cost-saving measures after our first year here at Boughton. But we feel that we've got through and we've delivered an event that people are enjoying. So we'll see what the future holds. But we have done it on a very skeletal skeletal team this year, and as a result we're quite tired, but we're quite proud.
Yeah, it seems to be going really well. On the music side, I've got some music booker friends, and they were saying that Greenbelt has become a bit safer in terms of the music it's booking. Do you think that's a fair criticism?
It depends what they mean by safe, I guess. Is that a genre comment, or is it... I don't know. I'd have to know more about what they mean by safe.
I think it's more saying there's quite a lot of sort of country folk type bands,
okay.
and maybe not so much dance or hard rock and the sort of the breadth.
Yeah, so I think they're right, and I think that's something that's not a deliberate or an intentional artistic statement. It's more of an economic one, to be honest. I can book the Unthanks to play and headline tonight at a fee which a festival like this can afford. If I want to go and be more adventurous and broad, as I do want to be, and book the sort of acts that represent other music genres, I invariably am stumbling up against fees that this festival cannot afford. So it's part. I know it sounds a really odd thing to say, but actually that safer country folk acoustic edge comes with the economic territory a little bit. Singer-songwriters, particularly in the folk tradition, the acoustic tradition, are about singing their songs. That's who they are. They want to express their songs. Invariably, they'll come and they'll play for fees that this festival can afford. There are other genres which we find a little bit beyond our reach.
So part of the communication with the Greenbelt community this year was sort of being quite open and honest by some of the financial struggles that the festival has had. Is it getting onto a surer footing now going forward?
Yeah, we've made a lot of very fast changes to the way that we structure both the way we sell tickets and the way that we run the festival from behind the scenes. Both those have saved us money. We've been able to plan with reliable income coming in. And I think that we are now set fair. We're not going forward with debt. In the past, when we've hit choppy waters.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, we've borrowed money, which has been fantastic. But you go forward then with debt around your neck. I think the great thing this time is we were able to appeal to our angels and we were able to appeal to our supporters, and they covered the shortfall. So we're going forward, having made a lot of cloth-cutting measures, and we are establishing, I think, a firm foundation. We've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go to start to put down reserves again and to be able to save for another rainy day, quite literally. But we're not making a loss, and we're going forward, hopefully making a modest surplus this year. But with a view of the next, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, gradually, it's re-establishing the real vibrancy and the viability of the festival.
That's really good to hear. I mean, Greenbelt has got a really long history. It's worth reiterating. It's been going since 1974, which is actually the year I was born. So you've got some 42 years of history behind you. And I think with that, there seems to be a sort of a core of festival goers who just know the Greenbelt routine and so don't need so much sort of shepherding in the right direction.
Yeah, there is that, and that's something to be treasured. But I think the challenge for the festival is to keep that core, but to win new audiences. I think that what we have on offer here, I think we create a space that is quite unique in both the Christian and the cultural marketplace. We are a festival like no other in terms of faith, arts, justice, the sorts of issues that we address, the way we programme, the fact we're intergenerational. And I think that we're proud of that, but we want to open ourselves up to new audiences. I think that's the big challenge. So I've been talking a lot about young audiences. We have got to see more young adult audiences here, particularly student age group audiences here. I think the stuff that we're engaging and talking about and programming about would really intrigue them, but we're going to have to really strategically shift the way that we're marketing ourselves. But at the same time, we don't want to leave the core audience behind, because as you say, there are a bunch of people who've been here since the start, and their energy and their vision and their wisdom still inform the festival today.
Well, great. Really appreciate your time. You must be really busy in the middle of an ongoing festival, so thanks a lot for talking to us. It's really great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.